Are you over 60? This daily drink could be quietly damaging your heart. If you're over 60, every sip matters. Whether it's wine, beer, or whiskey, what you drink has a direct impact on your heart. But what if I told you that a popular daily beverage among older adults might be quietly weakening the very muscle that keeps you alive? As a cardiologist, I've seen too many seniors come into my clinic relaxed, mentioning they enjoy a small drink to unwind, only to leave with an unexpected diagnosis: elevated blood pressure, arrhythmia, or early signs of heart failure. The danger isn't always in heavy drinking or weekend binges. It's in the daily habit that seems innocent, even healthy, but is slowly breaking down your heart's rhythm, strength, and endurance. In this video, I'm urging older adults to stop consuming 5 particular alcoholic drinks that could be harming their hearts. But I won't stop there. I'll also explain which options are safer, how to enjoy life without sacrificing health, and small changes that make a big difference. Stick around to the end. The first drink on this list might be in your hand right now. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss a health tip from Seniors Wise Advice. And if this video helps you, let me know by typing 1 in the comments. If not, type 0. Your feedback helps me improve. Myth number 1, a glass of red wine each night is good for the heart. This is one of the most common and persistent myths I hear from seniors. 1 glass of red wine a night is good for my heart. Maybe you've read it in an article, heard it from a friend, or seen it on TV. I understand. It sounds elegant, even medicinal. But here's the truth. After 60, that nightly glass of wine is doing more harm than good. As we age, our bodies handle alcohol differently. The liver slows down, the heart becomes more susceptible, and blood pressure becomes more reactive. Even 1 glass a night can gradually raise blood pressure, weaken heart muscle, and significantly increase the risk of atrial fibrillation, a condition that triples your risk of stroke. I've sat with countless patients in the emergency room, good people who thought they were living a healthy lifestyle, only to discover their heart issues traced back to that daily glass of wine. Even worse, drinking wine in the evening can disrupt your sleep. While it may make you feel sleepy at first, it actually leads to restless, shallow sleep that leaves your heart and body more fatigued over time. Poor sleep, medications, and alcohol. A hidden storm for your heart. Poor sleep raises cortisol, your body's main stress hormone, which adds strain to your heart over time. And if you're taking medications for blood pressure, diabetes, or cholesterol, alcohol can interfere with how those medications work. In some cases, it can cancel out their benefits entirely. I'm not here to take away life's simple pleasures, but I am here to help you protect the rhythm that's been keeping you alive all these years. Your heart deserves better than habits built on outdated advice or clever marketing. If you've been holding on to that nightly glass in the name of heart health, it's time to rethink it. Your heart needs hydration, not alcohol. And that brings us to something crucial. What you drink is just as important as what you eat. So let's talk about a drink that seems harmless but can be just as damaging. Yicker 2. Beer, light in feel, heavy on the heart. If you're still watching and finding these insights helpful, drop a 1 in the comments to let me know you're with me. Now let's move on to drink number 2. Beer. To many seniors, a cold beer feels like the lighter, safer option. It's easy to see why. Beer commercials paint a picture of laughter, comfort, and relaxation. It seems harmless, maybe even refreshing after a long day. But let me speak from experience. Not just as a cardiologist, but as someone who's held the hands of patients who didn't realize the quiet damage their daily beer was causing. Beer is deceptively mild. It doesn't have the strong punch of hard liquor, and it lacks the romantic image of wine. But inside each bottle or can is a mix of ingredients that can quietly tax your aging heart. As we age, our metabolism slows. The sugars and starches in beer are quickly stored as belly fat, and that's more dangerous than it sounds. Visceral fat, fat stored around your organs, releases chemicals that inflame blood vessels, elevate blood pressure, and clog arteries from the inside. I've had many older patients who didn't drink to excess, just 1 or 2 beers with dinner or while watching TV. But even moderate, consistent intake can lead to hypertension, arrhythmia, and long-term weakening of the heart muscle. And then there's dehydration. Beer often replaces water in many seniors' diets, but it doesn't hydrate, it dehydrates. Dehydrated blood becomes thicker, harder to pump, and more likely to form clots. So while beer may feel light and casual, its impact on your heart is anything but. I'm not here to criticize. I'm here to help you value every heartbeat you have. A simple change, like trading your evening beer for a tall glass of water or calming herbal tea, can offer your heart the break it's been needing. And if you think beer is the only sweet-tasting risk in your glass, think again. The next drink on our list is cheerful on the outside, but dangerous at its core. 3. Cocktails, sweet on the outside, harmful at the core. There's something festive about a cocktail. It's colorful, celebratory, and often served with a smile. But behind that sweetness and charm lies a combination that's especially risky for older adults. For many seniors, a well-crafted cocktail feels like a small luxury, a way to unwind, celebrate, or reflect on fond memories. It's festive, colorful, and often served in a fancy glass, complete with a tiny umbrella. But beneath that charm lies a hidden danger we don't talk about enough. Cocktails are among the most deceptive threats to heart health after age 60. They often contain more than just alcohol. They're mixed with syrups, cream, flavored liqueurs, and sugar, sometimes a lot of sugar. That sugary sweetness paired with alcohol creates a potent combination that puts extra strain on an aging body. As we get older, our pancreas becomes less efficient at regulating blood sugar. Arteries lose flexibility. The heart becomes more sensitive to inflammation. Each sugary sip pushes your body closer to insulin resistance, weight gain, and elevated triglycerides, all serious threats to cardiovascular health. Even more concerning, the sugar masks the alcohol's potency. You might not even realize how much you've had, especially during social gatherings or quiet nights at home. Because cocktails often don't taste like alcohol, they can be more inviting, and, for some, more habit-forming. I've seen seniors who never touched whiskey become regular cocktail drinkers without realizing the quiet damage it was causing. Raised blood pressure, irregular heart rhythms, and increased risk of atrial fibrillation, a condition that significantly raises stroke risk. These effects don't appear overnight. They build slowly, invisibly, until one evening your heart skips a beat and doesn't find its rhythm again. I'm not here to take away your joy. I'm here to help you protect the heart that's carried you through decades of strength, love, and experience. There are other ways to celebrate, ones that don't trade your heart's future for a moment's sweetness. And if you think cocktails are the last risk, think again. Because the next drink on our list is clear, quiet, and far more powerful than it looks. 4. Hard liquor, strong, simple, and risky for aging hearts. Whiskey, vodka, brandy. There's a certain quiet strength in hard liquor. It's simple, direct, and often carries emotional weight, a symbol of resilience, a link to tradition, a way to unwind at the end of a long day. For many older adults, that evening glass feels like a familiar ritual. But what your body could once handle with ease becomes a different story after 60. Even a small glass of hard liquor carries a heavier burden on an aging heart, and not just because of the high alcohol content. Hard liquor hits the system quickly. It causes your blood vessels to constrict, triggering sudden spikes in blood pressure. That's risky at any age, but especially dangerous after 60, when arteries are stiffer and the heart works harder just to keep up. I've seen patients suffer chest pain, dizziness, and even strokes, all triggered by what they thought was a harmless nightcap. The damage isn't always immediate, but it builds silently. Night after night, sip after sip, your heart's rhythm, strength, and stability begin to fade. What makes hard liquor especially concerning is how it's often consumed. Quietly, alone, just before bed. A small drink to ease the mind, to soften the silence. But that silence hides the real strain happening beneath the surface. As your liver processes the alcohol more slowly with age, your heart stays under pressure longer. It beats harder, sometimes irregularly. You may not feel the warning signs until something serious happens. And if you're taking medications, whether for blood pressure, cholesterol, or diabetes, hard liquor can interfere in unpredictable and sometimes dangerous ways. This isn't about how much you drink. It's about how your aging body processes it. And the truth is, it doesn't handle it the way it used to. So before you reach for that next glass, ask yourself honestly, is this helping me feel stronger, or just helping me forget that I'm feeling weak? Now, let's talk about one more habit, one that quietly robs health under the illusion of helping you rest. 5. Drinking to sleep, a quiet habit that steals your rest. As we age, restful sleep becomes more elusive. Nights feel longer. Thoughts get louder. And for many older adults, the silence can feel overwhelming. In those quiet moments, a drink can feel like comfort. A glass of wine, a shot of whiskey, or a mixed drink before bed seems like a gentle bridge to sleep. Many of my patients have told me, it's the only thing that helps me drift off. And I believe them. But what they don't realize is that this habit may be quietly stealing their heart's health night after night. Alcohol may make you feel drowsy initially, but it interferes with your body's natural sleep cycles, especially REM sleep, the deep, restorative phase critical to heart repair and blood pressure regulation. While you sleep, your heart should be resting too, but with alcohol in your system, it's not. Your breathing becomes shallow. Your blood pressure can spike. You may wake up feeling groggy, anxious, or with your heart racing, and not realize the cause is the drink from the night before. What begins as an occasional nightcap can quietly turn into a nightly ritual. Your body builds tolerance. You need more alcohol to feel the same effect. But your heart grows more vulnerable with every sip. It's a painful irony. The habit you turn to for peace is actually placing your heart under stress. At Seniors Wise Advice, we're not here to judge your routines. We're here to support your well-being with knowledge and compassion. If alcohol has become your tool for coping with sleeplessness or loneliness, it's time to explore safer, healthier alternatives. Herbal teas, gentle evening routines, breathing exercises, or natural sleep aids can offer rest without harm. Your heart has carried you through so much. Let's not wear it down in the name of sleep or solitude. But there are other ways to ease into the night, ways that truly support your heart. Soft music, slow breathing, a warm herbal tea, or even the simple act of dimming the lights and turning off screens earlier can make a world of difference. You deserve real rest, the kind of rest that heals. And your heart, the engine of your life, deserves that same chance to recover fully each night. But if you think the damage from alcohol only happens at night, think again. It often shows up in the daylight, in the form of high blood pressure you don't even feel. 6. What I see every day and what you can do today. As a heart doctor, I've witnessed the same pattern again and again. Different people, different lives, but the same heartbreaking outcome. Seniors walk into my clinic appearing perfectly healthy. They smile, make jokes, talk about their families. Some still take morning walks, eat their vegetables, and never miss a checkup. Then come the test results, and I see what they can't. A heart under stress, blood vessels inflamed, silent damage building up from habits they never thought were harmful, especially alcohol. I've sat with patients in emergency rooms. I've spoken with sons and daughters who never saw it coming. Sometimes the patient felt just fine, until suddenly they weren't. That's what makes alcohol so dangerous in your later years. The damage is slow, silent, invisible, and by the time it announces itself, it's often too late. A stroke, a heart attack, a heart that simply can't keep going. And yet, there's something incredible about the human body, especially after 60. It can still heal. It doesn't need perfection. It just needs your awareness. One small decision, like skipping that drink tonight, checking your blood pressure more often, or having an honest talk with your doctor, can lead to years of stronger health and peace of mind. There are also tools made just for you. Easy-to-use apps that track your meals, remind you to take your medications, or gently guide you toward better habits, without guilt or pressure. These tools aren't about control. They're about giving your heart a fighting chance and giving you more years, more energy, and more time. So the question isn't, is it too late for me? The real question is, am I ready to begin? And if you've stayed with me this far, if something in your heart is stirring, then maybe, just maybe, you've already started. Because now comes the most important part of all. It's not just about what you stop, it's about what you choose to protect. What if your heart has been quietly asking for help all along, and now, finally, you're ready to listen? Your heart deserves better. You've carried so much through the years: family, work, responsibilities, joys, and heartaches. And through it all, your heart has kept beating steadily, asking nothing in return. But now, after 60, it's gently asking for something more. Your attention, your care, your intention. The drinks that once felt harmless, social, or comforting may no longer serve your health. In fact, they may be quietly harming the very organ that has supported you through every moment of your life. But here's what matters most. It's never too late to make a different choice. Every small action adds up. Skipping that glass tonight. Choosing water instead. Asking your doctor a question you've been meaning to ask. These are not sacrifices. They're investments in more mornings, more laughter, more energy, more presence. Your heart doesn't need perfection. It needs consistency. It needs kindness. This journey isn't about giving things up. It's about gaining life. Vibrant, engaged, fulfilling life. It's about being here, fully, body, mind, and spirit, with a heart that isn't just surviving, but thriving. So today, choose one thing, just one small change. Your future self will thank you. Your family will thank you. But most importantly, your heart will know it hasn't been forgotten. These lessons are shared to inspire you to live more fully, more intentionally. And now, I'd love to hear from you. Take a moment to reflect and share one insight you've gained, something you're ready to apply in your own life. Let's support each other in this journey of growth and heart-led choices. If this video spoke to you, please comment with a 1. If not, comment with a 0 and let us know how we can improve. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Seniors Wise Advice for more empowering content made just for you. Thank you for watching. Here's to living with purpose, heart, and on your own terms.